Let's do contenders or pretenders. So when we play this game, we take the top 2 to 3 teams in every division, and we ask if they're a contender based on how they play or how good they are, or if they're pretending by being in the mix. And if Brig, I want to specify this.
Okay.
If you're a contender, and typically we do, if you say they're a contender, are they a contender for the division or a contender for the wild card?
Yeah.
They're a contender for the and either way, if they're a contender, let's talk about how much of a contender they could potentially be in the playoffs.
Okay.
But we'll try to keep it brief because we got to be out of here in 25 minutes. So here we go.
Yeah.
As always, we start in the AL East.
Yep.
Start at the top. We have the Baltimore Orioles leading the division. The Orioles are currently, I clicked the wrong button there. My apologies.
How dare you?
They're 20-11, 6-4 in their
Yeah.
last 10. But they have a plus 41 run differential, and they are absolutely baseball darlings right now. Are they a contender?
Oh, yeah. A contender.
Okay, obviously they're division contenders. Do you have them as a World Series contender as well?
Yeah.
I think that's how far you go with the Orioles this year, is they are World Series contenders.
Absolutely. I agree. They're in that discussion for sure.
For sure. Okay, your Yankees, Brig, are 20-13.
Yep.
5-5 in the last 10, plus 36 run differential currently. Do you have them as contenders or pretenders?
Contenders.
Contenders. Do you have them going down to the wire with the Orioles, or are they going to be more of like a wild card team?
They're going to fight for that wild card slot. One of the two, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They might. Yeah. They might be like far and away the best of the wild card discussion. I could see that. But they're not going to. I don't think they'll catch Baltimore. The way, not the way it's looking right this minute. But there's some injuries that could come around. There's a lot of nuance. There's a lot of talent, and a lot of things are going well right now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when DJ LeMahieu really comes all the way back, because Peraza is doing a great job backfilling, and
maybe when DJ LeMahieu comes back, it gives him an excuse to not bat Stanton anymore.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Because that doesn't seem to be going well this year, despite everything.
They need to do the Jacoby Ellsbury thing with him. Just pat him on the head, say thanks for coming. Here's your paycheck regularly. Go away.
It sure
feels
that way.
He can go somewhere else, huh?
It sure feels that way.
I mean, he could wave a towel, expensive towel waiver.
Very expensive
if
towel
you could
waiver.
trade him, or if you could whatever, but nobody's going to want to assume that contract. But anyway, they're contenders. What do you think?
I think they're contenders. I think they're wild card contenders. I don't think they're going to catch the Orioles or come close to it. But I do think that they're going to hit a bit of a dry spell in the dog days this summer. That's a pretty specific prediction. But I think that they're going to be close. They're going to be in the mix with the wild card, and it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the last week or so, I think. So, okay. The Boston Red Sox. The Sox are 18-14, 6-4 in their last 10, plus 39 run differential. What do you think about these Red Sox, Brig? Hot start? Are they contenders, pretenders?
They are the bee in the bonnet. I don't think they're contending, but they're not pretending. Oh. They're gonna
play spoiler.
They're gonna play spoiler. That's what I mean by the bee in the bonnet. Like they're gonna mess things up for everybody. And it might be with a really hot stretch right now. That hot stretch might come in June. I don't know. But I think that they're going to run the numbers against everyone else and not be there to defend that run. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think they're pretenders is harsh, but I think you're right. They're going to be spoilers for sure, but they're not contenders. I wouldn't say they're going to be contending later for the wild card or anything like that. It's funny though, because I was watching David Sampson today, and basically he was talking about how the Fenway Group has hired a consultant to pretty much come in and teach them how to care about the baseball team. Just because of all the other stuff that they have going on, all the other pokers they have to fire. They're like, teach us how to care about this one. as much as we care about the others.
Like, hello.
So that's a problem.
I thought that's what Theo Epstein was going to help with while he was also doing his overseas tour with the football.
Well, the football, you'd think, but I think there are just too many other things going on in that team, and they're gonna fall off. They're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the AL Central because I don't want to get into the Blue Jays right now. They're under 500. They've got a bunch of issues, so we're not going to get into that. AL Central. AL Central's tight, and I think it will continue to be tight.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Cleveland Baseball Club, sitting at the top of the AL Central. For a while, they had the best record in baseball. They are tied with like 4 or 5 other teams with 20 wins. If it wasn't for the Phillies in 21, then they would be tied for the best record in baseball. Anyway, 20-10. They are 6-4 in their last 10, plus 46 run differential. What do you think of this team? Contenders or pretenders?
I'm not buying it. I'm calling. Nope. I'm not buying. I'm calling BS.
Hot start with a fresh manager.
100%. This is going to fall off. I'm maybe this is a hot take, but I'm not just not sold. They're going to blow it. It's not going to happen for Cleveland. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to call them contenders just because I feel like this division is going to stay tight. They're not going to be up with the best record in baseball. They're going to have bad stretches. Everybody else in this division, but they're contenders for their division for sure. I would definitely wouldn't say they're World Series contenders, but they're contenders for the title for sure.
I don't think so at all. But I'm glad you do because you get to be wrong sometimes too, Brad. That's okay.
It's true. You're right. Okay, let's go on to the Kansas City Royals. My Kansas City Royals, I'll say it.
You love them.
They're 19-13, 6-4 in their last 10, plus 50 run differential. Mm-hmm. That, Brig, is actually the best in Major League Baseball.
Yes, it is.
If you can believe it.
Yep.
Do you think they're contenders or pretenders?
They're division contenders.
They are division contenders. I will die on this hill. I've been saying it for weeks, sir.
Good and I am team, surprised. I am surprised, but it's a real thing.
It seems like they figured out that pitching, at least for now. Pitching can fall off. I understand. Guys can get tired. It can fall off. But that offense is to a point now where they are clicking on all cylinders.
Let me tell you what I think about the Royals. I think that they went into this season going with blinders on. Like, we're not even going to worry about anybody else. We're just going to play our game. We're going to play it this way. We're going to do it every time.
Let them pick against us.
Yeah, and I don't even think they're thinking of other people that much.
Right.
I think they're taking it one day at a time.
I think you're right.
And they're forcing everybody to play their game. Yep.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, tons of talent on that team. Yeah. They're really good. I don't think they will, but I will not be surprised if they run away with that division. If they just get hot in August and they end up winning by 10 games, would not be shocked at all.
They're not going to, but I also it's feasible at this point the way it's going. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Detroit. Again, 18-13.
Correct.
7-3 in their last 10, plus 10 run differential. But this team scores late. For at least a little while, they were leading the league in runs scored in the 8th and 9th inning. So are you calling the Tigers contenders or pretenders?
Contenders.
Division contenders, absolutely. And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to say contenders for the AL pennant.
What?
It's another team. They've got a bunch of talent on that team. They severely underperformed last year.
Oh,
we've been waiting for this team to click for 2 years, and it's finally happening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the top two teams in this division were the Royals and the Tigers at the end of the year.
Oh, in the Central, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's what I'm predicting.
Yeah.
As of today, my meaningless predictions aside.
New meaningless predictions.
This one.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go down to the Twins then. The Twins are they're 17-3. They've won 10 in a row. You're not buying it?
Nope. I'm over it.
You're over it.
Yeah.
Over it before. Okay.
Same with Cleveland. I'm like, whatever. I'm not buying it.
I'm not going to call the Twins contenders though. They are pretenders. This is a hot streak.
Yeah.
They happen early. You get things on the right page for a little bit. I think who they were early is who they're going to be. I don't think this is who they are. I think you're right.
You got it, baby. That's exactly
Okay,
right.
on to the AL West. My
Okay.
Seattle Mariners are in first place by half a game because the Rangers won today. 17-14, 7-3 in their last 10. And because I pay close attention, won 5 series in a row. Series against Brig, swept the Reds.
Yep.
They've won a series against the defending world champs, a series against the defending National League champs, and then against perennially the best regular season team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. 4 of their last 5 series have been that.
Heavy.
And they've won them.
Yep.
Plus 9 run differential is all because the offense is anemic today, as it always is in April. Contenders or pretenders.
Rock solid.
Dude, pitching, so they've gone 19 straight starts where they've given up a total of 19 earned runs.
Yep. That's amazing. Think about it. Say that again. They have gone 19 straight starts and they've only given up 19 runs.
Earned runs. Because they lost yesterday because of 4 unearned runs.
That's right.
Because of 2 errors in 1 inning.
That's true.
But this is the thing, though. That was, you know who it was that started that game, though, Brig? Was the number 6 starter, Emerson Hancock.
Whoa.
Not the number 5 starter, the number 6 starter. The number 5 starter is on his way back.
Oh, yeah. Do we even need to answer the contender question here?
Well, you know I'm going to call them contenders. I've been calling them contenders since.
But I'm less affected, and I totally feel the same way.
Okay, excellent.
They're going to contend for the division, and if they don't make it through to the division, if somehow they get topped off, they are going to have the best record for the wild card spot with the Yankees. It's going to be like, which one?
I could go for that. That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
And make some really good content for us in September.
Yeah.
Probably some pies at stake.
Yeah,
okay.
Pies for sure.
Texas Rangers 17-15, 6-4 in their last 10, plus 18 run differential. What do you think about the Rangers? Contenders, pretenders?
They're contenders.
Got to be contenders. I cannot write off the defending World Series champs unless they're 10 games under 500 in like August. Right?
Exactly.
Like that, I've got to hold off that long.
Off a cliff after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Okay, this one's for fun. This is for fun.
Yeah.
The A's, 15-17, 7-3 in their last 10, 4-game winning streak, minus 32 run differential. I'm not going to say for the division, but are the A's going to contend for a wild card spot?
No, but they are going to mess things up like Boston will, but from the other direction. They're going to spoil all kinds of exciting plans for other people. Yeah, they already beat the Yankees plenty of times, like enough times. What is it? Would they take 2 games out of 4? 2 out of 4 or something like that? I'd have to go back and look, but I just remember.
I'm checking right now because they just swept somebody.
I just remember having to clean the vomit out of my mouth.
They swept the Pirates.
That's okay. I mean, it's a sweep. So
the thing is, though, over the last 3 years, though, that wouldn't have happened.
That's
no matter how bad the Pirates were, it would not have happened.
You're right.
So they got that going for them, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, over to the National League, NL East. The Atlanta Braves, 20-9, 6-4 in their last 10, plus 48 run differential. They're contenders every single year.
Forget about it.
You've got to go so far the World Series contenders as well because
come on, that's easy.
The Phillies then 21-11, most wins in baseball currently.
Yeah, right.
7 in the last 10, 2-game winning streak, plus 27 run differential. What do you think about the Phillies break? Are they going to contend for the division? Are they going to give the Braves a run for their money in the division?
Yes.
Okay. So are they going to contend to get back to the World Series and possibly win it this year?
They're going to go for it, obviously, and I think they're going to make a run for it. No, I mean, I think it'll come down to we're going to have this conversation in September.
Yeah. The Phillies they're so good. They've got such a good core, and they've been there, right?
Yeah,
and it's not one of those things where they've been there and their window is closed. Their window is still open, very much open,
wide open.
So
they're fun. Cool. That's the thing that's still the Braves are fun because you enjoy watching people win.
Well, and I feel like the Braves and Phillies are fun for the same reason. They have guys I like watching.
Okay, but
Right,
I
like
think
I was watching the Mariners and the Braves in 1 through 5 in that batting order. I was like, gosh dang, I like watching this dude.
they both have tons of talent. I'm just talking about vibes. Remember at the end of last season, we were like, gosh, this beer drinking brawling Phillies team, like they
Oh,
still have that. They
yeah,
still have that vibe. They still have that
yeah,
same energy. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean by when I say it's fun. It's like the Braves are professional and they are systematic and they're like machines. And you just know. But I feel like it's just a different atmosphere with Philly.
it
And
is.
not that it's better or worse, it's just fun.
Right. Yep. No,
It's
I see
energy,
what you're saying.
something.
Yeah. The synergy.
Mm,
I had a boss who used to do that. Nah, synergy, fellas.
yeah.
Synergy.
Samsonite.
Okay, let's move on to the NL Central. We got the Brewers at
Okay.
19 and 11, shocking all of us, and by all of us I mean all two of us. They're
God,
5-5 in their last 10. They have a run differential of plus 25. Where are we at with the Brewers these days, Brig?
they're pretending.
Yeah, they are 5-5. That's who they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
5-5 in
Yeah.
the last 10. That's who this team is, and we said that from the
Yep.
very beginning. That's who they're going to be.
Yep.
So it'll level out. They are not. They are
Mhm.
not contenders. The Chicago Cubs, 19 and 13, 6-4 in their last 10, plus 14 run differential. Contenders or pretenders?
I can't call them pretenders. I'm not going to call them pretenders. But I'm
Okay.
not sold on contention either. I'm just not. I
So
think
I know
I
it's tough.
think that
Go ahead.
we're on the same page. Sounds like.
So this is the thing: is they have a lot of talent on that team. There are a lot of really good players there. I feel like they're underperforming at 19 and 13, which is weird because that's one of the best records in baseball. They should be playing a lot better than they are. I want
That's
to
what
call
I'm
them
saying.
contenders, but the fact that they don't perform to the level they're supposed to, I don't know if Craig Counsell is going to get that out of them.
I think we're seeing the see, you think they're underperforming, and I think they are too, but I wonder if we're also not seeing what they have. Is this what they have? Which is
Possibly.
good enough to contend for the division, but
Yeah.
it's not good enough to
It's
hang
not
in
going
for
to
a
get them
wild
over
card
the
slot
top.
if they don't get the division.
Yeah. Hmm.
Maybe it's tough with it.
So
This team is the toughest one to
it is
to.
because so speaking
I
of
don't know.
underperforming, let's move on to the Reds because the Reds are 16 and 15, 4-6 in
Yeah.
their last 10, 2-game losing streak plus 18 run differential. I feel like
Yep.
the Reds are underperforming and they're absolute contenders.
100% agree with you.
And it could just be one of those
100%.
slow starts, right?
And that's how I feel about the Reds is that it's slow. I think there's some weird going on that they have to iron out. I think this De La Cruz thing, Ellie De La Cruz, with like is for me, it's hilarious, but it's also like I think you could boil it down to the essence of how they make me feel. Like lots of overachieving, lots of trying too hard, lots of excitement and talent, and it's just they haven't channeled it yet or something.
That's what I
Something
was going
like
to say.
that.
They haven't figured out how to rein it in quite yet.
Yeah.
That Ellie De La Cruz throwing 107 mile an hour laser to first base, like, okay, dude, we get it. Like, just take some off. You don't have to throw 110% every time, or I should say 107% every single
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah,
just throw it
yeah.
hard enough to get it over there. I know it's a close
Just
play,
get the
but throw
guy
it
out.
hard enough to get over there.
Get the guy out.
Yeah, there's got to be some
And he
reining
had
in the talent there before things happen for them.
that's right. And he had time. He took a stutter step to make sure.
He
And then
took
he
like a crow hop and a half.
yeah, it was
I guess
it
it wasn't
was
a crow
enough
hop, but like a skip.
it was enough time for a veteran to have made an absolutely perfect execution of a throw.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that this is that young sort of
Mhm.
flailing or whatever that we want to call it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
Okay.
about Cincinnati. But they're going to tighten it up and it'll be okay.
Right. I agree. It will be.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Dodgers, there's no need. World Series contenders, 20 and
Easy.
13.
Yeah.
They've got some warts. They'll get them ironed out. I'm not worried about it. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Especially in the
Yeah.
division where the next team in line is the Padres at 16 and 18. 4-6 in their last 10. They are flat even on their run differential. Do you think the Padres are contenders or pretenders in the wild card game?
They're pretending. This is not the wild card pod race.
They're going to underachieve again.
Yeah, they're going to fall off. I don't know what this is.
To me, it's not even pretending. It's just that they're underachieving. They need to be way better than they are because, again, the talent they have on that team.
Yeah,
there's something going on there. Don't know what it is, but for whatever it is, the water hole has been poisoned. Okay, now another sub 500 team, the Giants, 15-17. They're 5-5 in their last 10, minus 23 run differential.
Yeah,
you'd think they would be better, but apparently they're not.
Right.
Is this who they are, or are they potential contenders?
This is not who they are. They are going to work this out. They are going to iron out the personnel shifts and whatever sort of, I don't know if there's a clubhouse thing going on or whatever. And they are going to make the necessary moves as needed, and they're going to figure it out. We're going to see them in a wild card discussion at the end of the season.
Right, and part of what they've seen this early was Blake Snell not ready for the season, going out there and starting a couple games.
Yeah.
So that if they had a starter who was ready to go for the season, they would at least be 500, probably.
I think so. I still don't think that accounts for offensive production, obviously. And then
but it accounts for the negative. It accounts for the negative side of the run differential.
It sure does. Yep.
So I think.
Anyway,
I think you're right. I do think they're going to be just above 500. They're going to be contenders, possibly late in the wild card. I don't think they'll make it though, but I'm going to put them as wild card contenders.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced they'll make it either. But that's where they're going to end up.